Let's talk Tanya for the 20th of Teves of a leap year. We're middle of our exploration of the Beinoni. The Beinoni is somewhere in between the Tzaddik and the Rasha. As we explained, there are three possible outcomes in the battle between the godly soul and the animal soul. And the Beinoni is someone in whom the animal soul and the godly soul, neither one of them has gained an advantage over the other. They're both at full strength. And as we explained in yesterday's Tanya, that results in a person whose actions are perfect. Actions are totally consistent with the desires of the godly soul. In today's Tanya, the Alter Rebbe tells us, however, there is a certain time during the day when even in the Beinoni, the godly soul actually is able to overpower the animal soul and have an internal advantage. And that is during davening. During davening, it's not only because of the efforts of the person down here. Davening is on auspicious time, during which time, in Kabbalistic language, the divine intellectual faculties are more revealed and accessible. So therefore, it is an appropriate and auspicious time for a person to use their intellect to meditate and contemplate the greatness of God, which that is a big part of the prayers. If we're paying attention to the words that we're saying, thinking about the greatness of God, and arriving when we say the Shema, arrive at the words V'ahavta es Hashem Elokecha, the commandment to love God. We're actually experiencing and feeling that love, a fiery love for God in our heart. And when that happens, that love is so powerful that it effectively puts the animal soul to sleep. So an appropriate davening, a proper davening, is one in which the animal soul is put out of commission, at least temporarily during davening. During davening, we don't experience desires and temptations for worldly things. We're simply focused on our relationship with God and our feelings towards God. Now, after davening, for the Beinoni, the godly soul wakes up from its externally imposed nap, you might want to say, and the animal soul is back at full force, and therefore it desires whatever it desires, with all its imperfections and all its cravings, etc. But during davening, again, there is that, it's a time of peace for the godly soul, a time when it is free to express itself, and it overpowers the animal soul. Why is this important? In terms of our larger conversation, in terms of the work of the Beinoni, we'll find that out, God willing, in the coming days of Tanya. In tomorrow's Tanya, we're going to go back, we're going to address a question which we raised in yesterday's Tanya, which is, if the Beinoni is someone who's both their animal soul and their godly soul are at full strength, why does that result in the godly soul getting its way all the time? The animal soul, after all, is also active. You would think that the Beinoni would do mitzvah sometimes and he would sin on other times. Why is it that the Beinoni, with that internal state, that results in practical perfection?